Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. So if you saw my video last night, the one about putting some respect on Caitlin Clark's name, then you know I was in a different location as I was on the road heading toward family with some things going on with my family. And so it was another full day of being on the road, but I will be in this location for a few days until I hit the road when I get to go back home. And so I just want to say thank you for those of you who've let me know that you're praying, your kind comments and everything concerning my family. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And so here I am in this hotel room, and I am so far behind with some things I want to share, but I am going to pick up right here because this stuff with the WNBA and this new Project B and Unrivaled has my head like doing this. First of all, I'm going to say what you guys have been hearing, I'm sure, and that is there's another basketball league, women's basketball league coming up, and players are going to have the opportunity to make big money starting at, from what we understand, $2 million for those players. You probably have also heard about the controversy because people are calling Project B this Saudi league. And so now the word on the street that they want us to believe is that they're getting no funding from the Saudis. So some people believe it, I imagine. Some people don't believe it. And some people, they don't want to believe it because they're thinking, okay, so wait, you're going to get money from the Saudis the way they treat women as activists, as these WNBA players are. They're going to take money like that. And then not only that, as much as they want us to know all the time about their sexuality, well, that doesn't quite mesh with the Saudis. So there's that piece as well. But now the word is, oh, no, we're not getting a dime from the Saudis. We have a partner who is Saudi. And so, yeah, that's what it is. You can decide what you want to believe. But like many people have said, if in fact they're being funded, and some would even say, even if you have a partner in this, with that kind of reputation, not just the reputation, but what we know to be true and how women are treated and all those things, it's like, it's not a good look, to say the least. So now that I got that out of the way, I got to get to how I feel overall. When we heard this over here at Project B's X account, and here is a pinned post, says Project B, player, partner, owner, Nneka Ogwumike. We are told when you scroll down, Project B reposted from Front Office Sports exclusive. Some WNBA stars are being offered salaries starting at $2 million to join Project B, sources tell Front Office Sports. The league has already signed WNBPA president Nneka Ogwumike, and other WNBA players have already signed to play in the league too, sources told Fox Office Sports. Project B reposted Sports Business Journal. Storm forward Nneka Ogwumike has signed with Project B, becoming the first player known to join the new professional women's basketball league, according to the AP. Let's scroll down. Project B reposted this. Doug Feinberg, a bit more clarity on the Project B basketball league that's starting next November. First official name to sign is Nneka Ogwumike. So it is safe to say that we have several sources saying that Nneka Ogwumike, president of the WNBPA, whatever, ABCD, whatever, that she is a part of Project B, that she is signed. And I just got to go, what is going on with these WNBA players? Now, I have been very clear that I find Napheesa Collier's positioned at the negotiating table for the WNBA CBA to be a conflict of interest. She owns another league. She and Breanna Stewart founded and own Unrivaled. So to have her negotiating for the WNBA CBA, I've said it before, some people disagree. I still say it. It is a conflict of interest. And now, with the WNBA not being able to get a deal with about this CBA, and Nneka being the president of the WNBPA, now she is signing with another league while negotiating for the WNBA. And I cannot figure out why this is not an obvious conflict of interest. Now, there will be some people who will say, well, it's not a conflict of interest because the Project B, which will be paying a whole lot of money, a whole lot more than the WNBA players are making now and more than the Unrivaled people are making. Some people say, well, it's not really a conflict of interest with the WNBA because they're not playing at the same time. WNBA plays from May till October if you get that far in the playoffs. This new Project B, they will start November, supposedly November 2026, and they go until April. So that would be November 26 to April 27. And so it does not conflict with the WNBA schedule, but it certainly conflicts with Unrivaled. Regardless if it doesn't conflict with the WNBA, it's still a conflict of interest. And this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. And this really bugs me. I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of getting around the mountain, but hang with me here. I'm going to tell you why this bugs me first, and then I'm going to get back to this conflict of interest. This whole situation is bugging me because I watched the WNBA in the early days, as many of you know, and then I went away for many years. I came back in 2024 because I wanted to see Caitlin Clark ball after how she did in college. Many of you are watching women's basketball for the first time because of the way Caitlin Clark balls. And these people are just messing everything up. I mean, all she wants to do is play basketball. And since she's been in the WNBA, it's just been people making a big mess, dropping the ball. And I'm talking about figuratively, although there was a lot of balls dropped literally. But I'm just saying, I just want to see Caitlin Clark play ball. Caitlin Clark just wants to play ball. She comes into the league, and all of a sudden, there's like, oh, well, we're going to stand 10 toes down on this CBA, and it's got to be this and this and this. And I get it. Advocate for yourself, but stop shooting yourself in the foot and stop shooting Caitlin Clark's career in the foot with this WNBA. Okay, so now let me go back. If I seem like I'm all over the place, listen, I've been on the road for 2 days. Have grace. Why is this a conflict of interest? You have Nneka Ogwumike, who's supposed to be representing one basketball league, the supposed main basketball league, that is the WNBA, in these negotiations. You've got Napheesa Collier, who's also a part of that. Now, Nneka has signed with a different league who wants to pay a lot more money. And Napheesa is a founder and owner of a different league. So they go sit at the table. They are not in position, I feel, to do right by the majority of the WNBA players. So if they go at the table and the WNBA says, which we've heard the WNBA wants, and that is they don't want them playing in these other leagues. They don't want the players playing in Unrivaled or playing in Project B. That was some of the rumors. Like, we don't know all the details, but that was some of the rumors that we heard. They don't want them doing that. Now, Nneka Ogwumike has at least $2 million on the line. Napheesa Collier has a league she poured herself into and founded and owns on the line. They might likely push against that stipulation, even though most of the players of the WNBA are not playing in Unrivaled. Most of them will probably not get asked to play in Project B and make all that money either. And so are these two able to negotiate in good faith for everyone? It's easy for Nneka to say, when they come up with this stipulation and this stipulation and this stipulation and all, it's easy for them to say, no, not interested. Nope, not doing it. Napheesa like, no. Nneka like, no. And they're negotiating. Why can they say no? Because they are not in the same position as most people. They have other options. Options, mind you, that pay more money. They have those options. So it's easy for them not to come to an agreement for the benefit of all because they are taken care of. And everybody else who's going rah, 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 yes, go hold the line. Some of y'all ain't getting no offer to play in Unrivaled or Project B. So why would you have Nneka Ogwumike in there making those decisions and making those decisions and leading those decisions when she's invested somewhere else? This whole thing is wild to me. Same thing with Napheesa Collier. She throws Caitlin Clark's name out there because it's beneficial, but still she really doesn't have as much to lose as some other people. And yet they're the ones that they're having at the negotiating table. It's not only a bad look, it's just bad business. And I'm not sure they can negotiate impartially because they are tied somewhere else. It's a mess. And I'm going to say what I just said before I got into why this is a conflict of interest. And that is one of the main people who's getting jacked over in this to me is Caitlin Clark. And yet she's the one whose name is being used whenever it's advantageous to use her name, in spite of the fact that nobody had a whole lot to say with bad officiating that was causing her to get knocked and kicked and gouged and poked and all this other stuff. But now, oh, Caitlin Clark this, Caitlin Clark that, and Kathy said this about Caitlin and all that. And meanwhile, we're trying to figure out, are we going to get to see Caitlin Clark play in 2026? Because that's why some of us are here. Now, some of us have grown to love other players and other teams in the process. But can y'all get your stuff together? Can you guys remove the conflicts of interest so you can have, in my opinion, true negotiations without strings attached in other directions? That's what I'm saying. I feel like Caitlin Clark's career is being impacted by all this stuff that doesn't look to be on the up and up. What other business allows this kind of thing? There are too many people's hands in too many different cookie jars, and other people are trusting them to negotiate in good faith when I'm not sure they're capable of doing that. When you got $2 million over your head here and you've got your Unrivaled league over here and everybody else is counting on people like you to do the right thing, when really I'm not sure you have the same amount invested in the WNBA, although you represent the WNBA, because you've got other options that not everyone else has. And in the meantime, people are like, can we see Caitlin Clark play basketball? Is that what's going to happen? Or is she going to go on over to Project B, although she grew up wanting to play in the WNBA? Is she going to, especially if this whole Saudi thing is kind of not on the up and up? I don't know. Is that what she's going to do? They try real hard to get her Unrivaled. But right now, you got a web of conflicts of interest. So Nneka is decided, I guess, not to ever get down with Unrivaled because Project B offering her all this money. So now, if I'm Napheesa, I'm feeling some kind of way about Nneka Ogwumike. But if I'm Caitlin Clark, I'm feeling some kind of way about Napheesa. If I'm all these other players, I'm feeling some kind of way about both of them. It's a mess. I just want to see number 22 play ball. They need to get themselves together. It's wild. Those are my thoughts. I only speak for the Adrienne Ross Show. You guys will have to speak for yourself. Where am I wrong? Where am I right? I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.